listening to the Sportz Nutz.
Hey, welcome to the Sportz Nutz. Yes, this is officially episode 124. As everybody would like to say, though, it's Training Days, episode 4. We are so excited. We have a jam-packed episode tonight. Thank you to everybody who will tune in tonight. Thank you for everybody who has decided to be a participant. And this is going to be a lot of fun. But my man's sitting next to me, though. Shane, what's going on, brother?
Oh man, just enjoying life, man. I'm blessed to be here for another day, and hey, you might see my hands are a little discolored because I had to work over a little bit today, trying to get some parts out before people take some vacations. But other than staying over an extra hour today at work, man, I've been counting down. Getting ready for this episode for sure.
Yeah, it's going to be a lot of fun. We can't wait to get going on there. Guys, we're talking – Shane, tell everybody, what division are we actually talking about today?
Well, when we got together and, decided to do this segment and all, we knew that there was only one or two ways that we could kind of break it up and to be sensible about the time frame and everything. So we decided to have 2 4-team episodes. Of course, naturally, we chose the NFC South to be one of those episodes, knowing that we're all kind of in that area and pull for those teams. But the next one was the AFC East. We really feel like that this has got a lot of juice going into the year. So we'll take a page from back in the 80s maybe. Brandon, you could probably tell us, but I think with this AFC East episode, we can go ahead and say the juice is loose.
The juice is loose. Oh, boy. Here we go. All right. So, look, guys. Yes, you just heard. We're talking the AFC East. We're going to have our first guest. This gentleman is a diehard Patriots fan, and I am beyond thrilled he has agreed to come on. My good friend, Scott. What is going on, brother?
Not much. How you guys doing? And by the way, Shane, I do a baseball show. I'm a panelist on a baseball show, so as we were talking pre-show, I'm just as big a baseball fan as anybody.
Yeah. I'm with you. I get it. Of course. If your first love's not baseball, pulling for the team that you pull for, yep. They might question you a little bit. Are you a fair weather bandwagon type guy?
Absolutely, totally agree.
Shane, here's a comment for you. Our good friend Trey just said that's a stylish shirt that Shane has on. Yes, indeed. All right, so look, Scott.
Southern Tide or something. I don't know. I think it was a birthday present a couple years ago.
So look, Scott, obviously this offseason, well, the last couple seasons have kind of been down in the dumps, per say the least, for the Patriots. You guys had a pretty eventful off-season. A lot of hype is really starting to come about. Obviously, we're excited because football is knocking on that door. Yep. But what have you seen this off-season training camps? As they just started going, what have you seen so far that could say, hey, the Patriots, they're going to make a significant turnaround, and this could be the year they finally go back to winning the division?
Well, the first hire is the head coach, Mike Vrabel. I mean, he's former Patriot. He was around when the Patriots were winning. Went to Tennessee. He won down there. And then the front office decided, well, we're going to take A.J. Brown away from you. And then fill in with Treylon Burks. And when that happened, it just was all downhill because teams could just focus on Derrick Henry. So I think getting up here, I think his first order of business that Bob Kraft gave him was to assemble a coaching staff on his own. It's his own coaching staff. He knows all the coaches. He's very comfortable with them. So he did that. And then it was free agency. And the defense was the big key with free agency. And they signed a plethora of defensive guys. And I think all of them will help. And that'll bring back if you can remember the old Patriots with Belichick when they were winning Super Bowls, they were a juggernaut on defense. And I think that's where they're going. They brought in Carlton Davis. They brought in Williams from Philadelphia. They brought in a bunch of other guys, the kid from Spillane from Las Vegas. And then they drafted offensive line. And when you do all that stuff, you know the way Vrabel wants to go. He wants to run the ball and play defense and win games that way. And then, by the way, they have Drake May as quarterback, who was on the rise in the NFL. So I think all those moves put together, I think, make the Patriots more dangerous team again. And the schedule is great for them. So
absolutely, and we know what Vrabel is. Vrabel's an old school guy. We've known that, for as long as time can recall. He's a run first guy. Absolutely, the heart of a champion is running the ball first. Shane, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, I'm kind of glad that you brought it up. There's been a lot of conversation out there amongst upcoming, I guess you would say, second, third year guys, kind of poised for the breakout. I've heard a lot of rumblings. Drake May, I'm not a big fan of his. I think he's a great quarterback in the sense that he's a whole lot better than me and gotten to this level. But you kind of look at him as a game manager type deal. Can you give us a little bit of insight on, as we saw the defenses getting stacked up, but give us a little bit of insight on what Vrabel's going to do with his offense and potentially get it back to where it could be, the way Bill Belichick had it. Not necessarily being a run heavy guy, but dealing with the players that he was dealt. So kind of give us a little insight on that.
So the first order of business was to get an offensive coordinator he was familiar with. He got Josh McDaniels, who, if you remember, was around when Brady was just starting the ascent upward. I think if you remember what the Patriots did in the Super Bowl years is they ran the ball a lot, and they built off of that. So I think Ramondre Stevenson is going to be key early downs for them. And at the beginning of the year, I think Travion Henderson is going to be the third down back and the hurry-up 2-minute offense back. But I think as the season goes on, you're going to see a lot more of a 50-50 split with them. And then they go out and sign Stephon Diggs. And I'm thinking, there's their slot. Well, he's going to be playing on the outside because Demario Douglas is going to be their slot guy. So I think what you're going to see is short, quick passes from the offense. So I think that benefits Diggs and Douglas completely, and Hunter Henry too. Let's not forget about Hunter Henry, the tight end. So I think you're going to see them try to run the ball to make second and third downs more manageable. And then I think you're going to see if they need the short, quick pass that they're going to. But the other thing Drake May can do is he can run. He averaged over 8 yards a carry last year. So I think him running the ball is going to be in effect too. So I think they're going to be heavily in the run until Drake May is comfortable enough with this offense where Vrabel could say, okay, we're going to mix in a lot more passing. But I think early in the season, you're going to see a lot of running of the ball. And the scheduler in the season will be great for that, conducive to that. So I think that's what you get from them for the offense. Very bland, 17-14 type of games. But I think you're going to see that early in the season with them.
I hope so, because we've seen so much. Like, there's been a lot of turmoil really kind of going on in Boston. Look, we love our friends from the north. I'm a Southern boy. Shane is too. We're diehard Southerners. But what has the vibe been around? Foxborough. What has the vibe been around Boston in general? Like, obviously, you guys have had glimpses of greatness happen, but kind of describe what has been the feeling around town been for this year's team in general.
So before I talk about this year's team, the last 3 or 4 years, the last couple of years of Belichick's regime and Gerard Mayo last year was not very good. Fans were not very happy. We're used to Super Bowls around here, playoff appearances, deep playoff runs, and we weren't getting any of that. And I've always said, Bill Belichick, the GM, did Bill Belichick, the coach, no favors. He did not draft well. He did not put a great product on the field, and it showed. And then the language in Gerard Mayo's contract signified that he was the next head coach, and that was a mistake. because he lost control of that team early in the season, and you could tell. And there was little whispers in the locker room from players, I'm not being coached right. This coaching staff is not good for us. We need a new direction. And Robert Kraft very quickly, after basically the second to last game, said to Mayo, we're going in a different direction. And now with Vrabel coming in, I think the fans are now back on board with the Patriots. And the vibe around here is phenomenal in terms of, we don't expect them to make the deep playoff run, but we expect them to be in the vibe for the 7th playoff seed in the AFC. And I think they can be with the schedule and with Mike Vrabel as a head coach. He's very demanding. He's very on point with what he wants. He conveys that to the players. He's honest with the players. He can get along with the players. He can have fun with them, but he's also a very demanding coach, and he expects your best every practice, every game. And I have a friend down in Tennessee, and they said when they lost Vrabel in Tennessee, it was not a good vibe with that organization. So I think Vrabel's going to bring a great emotional lift to this organization, and they need it at a time they need it the most. So
kind of like a recharge is what you're saying. It sounds like he's going to bring to it.
Robert Kraft, I feel last year had to give Mayo the job, but also did not want to bring Vrabel in right after Belichick got fired. I think he wanted to wait a year. If you remember when Parcells left, they waited on Belichick. He interviewed Belichick. He wanted to bring him in. He waited on him because he did not want him to be the next guy after the guy. And I think that's what it is with Vrabel. So,
Shane, go ahead.
Oh, yeah. Well, we're all wondering, is it car keys or khakis?
I love it. Yes.
It's khakis to my mind. It is for everybody else. I don't know, but it's khakis to me. So
both one and the same, right? Just depends on what you're talking about.
Absolutely. Between him and who was the other coach that wore khakis all the time? It was somebody else. Yep, that's the one. And so between those two, yeah. So.
Oh man, look, we love, like I said, we love our northern friends.
Yep.
Boston. So we have a minor league affiliate where I'm at, and easily or Greenville, the Greenville Drive. It's this high affiliate of the Boston Red Sox.
Yep.
Fantastic organization. Boston fans do it differently. I will tell you this though, Scott. When my Tampa Bay Lightning face against your Boston Bruins, I'm bleeding blue and white, thick and through, because I'm a Lightning fan, die hard. But I know the Bees fans, they're unlike any other. Can you kind of give us a real, give us your we're gonna play a game called Floor Ceiling. Give us your floor record for the Patriots, and then give us your ceiling, and then give us your overall expectations for the record.
So the floor record is probably 6-11.
Okay.
The ceiling record is 10-7. And I'm right in the middle between that. I'm either 8-9 or 9 or 8. And the reason I'm right in the middle with that is up here in New England, we always have 1 or 2 games where you don't expect to lose and you lose it. And that's what I'm expecting this year. This team, yes, Vrabel's coming in. Yes, they're going to be a better team. Yes, they're going to be a better product. It shows from what they've done from day one that he's been here. I just think that this team is ready to take the next step. They're not ready to take the giant step into the playoffs yet. I think they're just going to barely miss out. So, the floor is because everything goes wrong. Stephon Diggs gets hurt again. The wide receiving core is a mess. Ramondre Stevens is a fumbler like he's been in his career. The reason why I say the ceiling could be 10-7 is because of the schedule and because of Mike Vrabel. And I think that and Drake May. So those 3 aspects of the ceiling. The floor is Diggs gets injured and the receiving core is a mess. But I'm right in the middle.
So it could either be the wheels fall off or the wheels stay on. We will see on that one. Look, Scott, we appreciate you 1,000 times over. We're gonna keep you with us though. If you don't mind, we'll put you in backstage real quick. We're gonna bring our next guest on, and then because we're gonna do a roundtable, and I cannot wait for this one. But Scott, man, I do appreciate you 1,000 times over talking to us about the Patriots. And we'll talk to you in just a moment. Sound good?
Sounds great. Thank you.
Awesome. All right, guys. So now we have another person. You've seen him on several times. This gentleman that we're about to have on, y'all. I know football. And I can tell you, this guy knows football like the back of his hand. And then
dude knows ball.
Yes, he knows it. And I mean, I absolutely cannot get enough of hearing him really break down a team, a play. This guy is awesome. We're just going to tell you now, he is the Dolphins guy. He's going to talk to us about Dolphins, but our good friend, Ben, man, what is going on, brother? How you been?
Oh, I'm doing pretty good. How about you?
We cannot complain. Thank you so much, obviously, for doing this. Obviously, it means a lot to us and the Dolphins. That there's a lot of optimism around Miami. Absolutely is. Tua, and for those who haven't seen Tua Tagovailoa, man, he looks like he has. He's a completely brand new looking person. He has majorly transformed his body.
He doesn't look like Patrick Mahomes.
Yes, he's really transformed his body around, and the Dolphins, they've really made a lot of headway this offseason. Some people are saying that this could be the year for the Dolphins. I've seen mixed reviews all over the place, but, kind of tell us what you have seen that could say that the Dolphins can finally take that next step and Tua can finally solidify himself as this is our quarterback. He is going to be the face of the franchise for another 10 years.
Well, I think he's definitely made a lot of big strides. I think number one, you have to look at he has put in a tremendous amount of time in the weight room, and it shows. It's easy, being in Miami, it's Party City, USA. It's easy to kind of fall into that trap, but he seems like he's pretty focused. Seems like he's pretty focused to just being the best overall version of himself that he can be, which is really great. But I guess my main concern is, I'm always a firm believer in a quarterback is only as good as his offensive line. And our offensive line has been pretty bad for a long time, and that's kind of putting it mildly. So I think he has made some strides, but I think in order for him to kind of take that next step, I personally am not a lot like a lot of Dolphins fans when they say, "Oh, he's a top 5, he's an elite quarterback." I'm not ready to say that yet. I think he's very good. I think we could certainly do worse, but we could also do better. But I think in order for him to kind of take that next step to be an elite quarterback, our offensive line is going to have to be better, and that's just the fact of the matter.
You hit the nail on the head. On the offensive line makes the difference between good, bad, great, elite, and all those in between. I 100% agree. And it's funny you said Miami's Party City, USA. And he's done a really good job. Look, for those who don't know, Tua Tagovailoa is from the state of Hawaii. Shout out to all my family, my ohana, as they call it in Hawaii. Great bunch of people. And Tua, he's a great individual. And I'm happy he has embraced his athletic ability. But I'm also glad he has not been, let me go hit the clubs and strips all the time. So he's a great individual. Shane, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, I'm glad you mentioned it, Ben. We see a lot of championship caliber teams build from the inside out, meaning the front seven, whether it be offensive line, defensive line, linebackers, kind of deal. In your opinion, I know that the Miami made a few moves this offseason and stuff like that kind of helped shore up some of the question marks that they had. But other than the offensive line, defensively, what do you see with the addition of Micah Fitzpatrick working out for that defense, and what can you expect from them this season?
From the defense as a whole, I think the defense was one of our strongest points last year. Actually, our defense was 4th in yards per game allowed last year, which a lot of people don't know. Now, we weren't, if you're talking about for fantasy purposes, we weren't the flashiest fantasy defense in the world because we didn't force a lot of turnovers. But we also, we were we weren't flashy, but we didn't allow teams to, push the ball on us. So I think Minka's only going to make that better. I just hate that we had to give up Ramsey to do it. I I have a love-hate relationship with a trade. I think Ramsey is on the decline. I mean, he's definitely not a top 2 or 3 corner in the league anymore, but he's still, I would say, a top 15. I mean, I can't name 15 corners better than him, maybe even 10. Um, but Minka is younger and he's cheaper, so that's a big deal. I don't think Minka is going to be his pre-Steelers days, when he was with us the first time. But I think he could still be a very good captain in the secondary. We desperately need it because we have nobody, nobody proven back there in the secondary after Javon Holland left and we traded Ramsey. So uh, Minka's got a lot on his shoulders. That is for sure.
And the Dolphins, they're, from what a lot of people have told me, they're the team you absolutely love to hate because you can have a great affinity love for them, and then literally the next play can be, man, I cannot stand this team. It's very frustrating. But Miami, you did hit the nail on the head with us with Jalen Ramsey, and we know exactly what the NFL stands for. For those who don't know, it stands for not for long. And anybody can replace anybody at any given time, no matter what or who you are. But, Jalen Ramsey, he's still a formidable opponent. I absolutely agree. But I also agree with what you said that, he is in his decline. He is an older individual. And, defensive players, they tend to their bodies tend to wear out faster than others. It's a very
Especially corners.
Yes. I can attest that I play defense and it does take a toll on you. It absolutely does. But what has everybody right now in the city of Miami saying, man, this team is something special. Like, obviously, you can have the team is very special or this team is absolutely garbage. What is the vibe really been around town that you can tell?
I mean, I think it's kind of a mixed bag, at least from what I can tell online and from what I keep hearing. Last time I was in Miami was in October, and it was kind of a mixed bag. And I'm kind of in that boat. I think you look at our overall roster and you go, well, there's some bright spots. There's some really big bright spots. Tyreek is, had a decline last year, but I still think he's a top 5 wide receiver in this game. And, Jalen Waddle is primed, I think, for a bigger year. The running game should be good. I love what we did on the offensive line. I hate we lost Teron Armstead. But bringing in James Daniels, who, according to PFF, was the second overall ranked offensive guard last year, was a very underrated free agency signing. And then we drafted that. I don't even know how you say his name. I think it's Jonas Savannah. I think is how you say it.
Yeah.
From
And
San
Seth
Diego
just
State.
mentioned it actually
Love
right
him.
there.
Yeah. I think it's Jonas Savannah. I think is how you say it. And I'm was a big fan of his after watching his tape. So I think there are some bright spots, but then there's some reasons for concerns. I think you look at this, like I said, I know we just talked about the secondary. I hate to keep beating a dead horse, but our top 2 corners right now are listed as Storm Duck and Jason Marshall. Who are they exactly? Nobody knows. So I mean, I'd say the overall vibe is a mixed bag, and I could see it going either way. I just think this, I think our season's success this year is going to be completely hinged on 2 things. Number one, how can Tua take that next step? Because as great as he is, a lot of times he makes a crucial error, a bad interception in the worst possible time. So that's number one. He's going to have to be better. Number two, how good is our secondary going to be? If our secondary, it's not going to be elite. I don't expect it to be. But if it's top half of the league, I'd say we're in pretty good shape.
Oh yeah, well, and in that same sense is kind of one thing that we're all wondering, man, what is the floor and the ceiling for the Dolphins this year? Well, we could kind of guess who might win that division, which we'll get into that later. But kind of what's the floor and ceiling that you see for the team that's been brought about this year, especially with the additions in the offseason that we've seen?
Well, I mean, I think overall we did upgrade our roster. I mean, we had some downgrades, but I like what you said. I think overall we upgraded the roster. I'd say of all the teams in the NFL, we have to be like one of the biggest wild cards, I think. When you look at us on paper, I'd say the floor and the ceiling are. I would be surprised. I wouldn't be shocked at all if we win only 6 games. I mean that. But I also wouldn't be surprised if we ended up winning 12. Honest to goodness, I think the floor is anywhere between 6 to 12. I really do, and I think a lot of that hinges on to his health. But a lot of it hinges on, like I said, on the secondary.
You're right. And we all know the old cliche, defense wins championships. We absolutely know what that it's a real statement, and it's going to make or break the season. And I cannot wait to find it. Ben, I know you may have to leave us. That's fine, but I want to say thank you so much again for this. And if you can, I'm gonna put you in backstage because we're gonna bring our next guy. But if you can stay with us, please do, because we want to do a round robin with you. Sound good?
That sounds good. Yeah, I'll stick around for a little bit.
Yeah. If not, best of luck to you, man. I'm rooting
Yes.
for you for sure tomorrow.
Yep.
All right, man. I appreciate it.
All right. Look, guys, this gentleman that we're about to bring on, oh my God, man. Like, I have said this, Shane, I've lost count. How many times have I said, I truly think that the Buffalo Bills, man, like they are a team that has like absolute diehard fans. I love them. I mean, I even asked you guys, who do you think has the best fan base? And people did say the same thing. Buffalo is pretty high up in there. I mean, for heaven's sakes, folks, they have people who jump on tables when it's 5 degrees outside snowing. Come on now.
Bills Mafia, gotta love them.
That's right, the Bills Mafia. This gentleman right here, his name is Jerry. He is a good buddy of ours. I'm gracious that he has come on. Jerry, what is going on, brother?
I'm just want to come on and chop it up with the fellas. I'm excited.
Let me ask you this: Are you the one that will jump on the table when it's 5 degrees outside?
Bro, I'm from Alabama.
It never gets 5 degrees.
You know what I'm saying? I'm getting inside. What are we talking about? What are we talking about?
I probably would.
Yeah, you got to do it at least. If you're a true Bills Mafia, you got to do it once.
Absolutely. Buffalo, man. This is a crazy stat, by the way, folks, in case you didn't know this. They're the only team in the entire NFL that is favored to win every game. That's 17 games that are there favored as the team to win. What is the vibe going on around there? Like, I have said this, we had a short that was put out a while back that the talks early on was that Josh Allen could receive a $900 million deal. Obviously, it turned out not to be 900. However, it's still a substantial deal for him. He's a great quarterback. I loved him at Wyoming. I'm a University of Hawaii guy, so I did get to see Josh Allen play us a couple times at Wyoming. But, could this finally be, though, Jerry? And I mean, it has – I want this to happen. The 4 straight Super Bowls, every year getting just that close. And the curse happened again last year. They were up, and then they blew the lead. Could the curse finally end? Could Buffalo actually make it to a Super Bowl?
Well, I think anytime you got Josh Allen, you have a chance, right? And if you pay attention to what we did in the draft this year, they went hard. And I'm talking Sean McDermott, Bean, and the whole crew went very, very hard on let's work on the defensive side of the ball, and that's where we struggled, right? Maxwell Hairston, the speedster from Kentucky, TJ Sanders, our second-round pick. I don't want to talk about what's going on with second-round picks in the draft, thanks to the Houston team out there. Landon Jackson, size up front. Deion Walker, another Kentucky boy, huge. Went to Ohio State. They always got athletes. So our first 5 picks is on the defensive side of the football because that's what is certainly keeping us back. Offensively, the mentality, every man eats, right? That was what we were talking about. And 13 different Bill players had a receiving touchdown last year. 13. That tied an NFL record. So, yes, no true number one receiver. Everyone thought probably Keon Coleman. Actually, I know you're a big Coleman guy. Thinks that he would have had a much bigger breakout season had not the injury. And I think that's true. But what we added here in the offseason with Palmer and Elijah Moore, I think that is going to be incredible to an offense who already led the league 31 points a game offensively. I think this team, you got to be a little bit lucky. You have to. And I think, this is the year we're probably going to push our chips in the table. And I think this could be a Super Bowl, certainly a Super Bowl caliber team. 5 years in a row winning the division. Credit goes to New England, though. Let me speak on that. New England, and in the last 15 years, it's only been New England or Buffalo who's won the championship in the AFC East. I like what they did in the offseason. Unfortunately, and I say this as I cannot stand New England. I think they did a great job, and they always give Buffalo trouble. No matter the roster, the records, they give Buffalo a lot of trouble. So I'm excited to see how it goes. But I love the moves we're making. But we didn't even talk about Bosa, right? And and if you look at the depth chart or it still shows this person's injured. And of course, he's got a question by his name. He is always injured, but he did play in 14 games last year. Hopefully, we can keep him healthy. And come on, boys, let's make a run.
I got to ask you this before I go to Shane. I'm going to ask you this, Jared. And
sure.
Is there a legit is there a real curse for Buffalo? I mean, 4 straight Super Bowls. You lose all 4. You've had a
thanks for bringing that up, by the way.
You guys have had a tremendous run, though.
Yeah.
Every year, and man, Shane will even tell you. So we have a group text message. Him, myself, and Matt. We have a group text message. I literally said, I think this might actually be it because Buffalo is up, and there's not much time left. I could legit see Buffalo winning, and then I ate crow so fast that I couldn't even get off the grill in time. I mean,
yeah.
Like, do you really think there actually be some
there's some voodoo from South New Orleans going on. It has to be, right? Something going on down there. 2 years ago, it was Stephon Diggs, right? Dropped the pass.
Yes.
And last year, Dalton Kincaid. How does he drop that ball?
Wide open.
I'm just saying. Josh Allen doing what Josh Allen does, but hey, it's a team sport, and I think Josh Allen says it all the time. We win together, we lose together. He's a class dude, man. And I just hope we can, again, got to have a little bit of luck because there's some talent in this AFC East. You look at how is Miami, I don't want your guy to come at me, Shane, but it's a very talented roster. And I don't understand how they're not, and I'm thankful they're not, right? I'm thankful the mistakes happen that they make, but it's a very talented team. And being where I'm in Alabama, a couple hours from Tuscaloosa, I got to see a lot of Tua. Got to watch his brother play in high school here as well, Thompson. It's a great family, and that guy is a leader. I think if you run the ball more, Miami has a better chance. That's just me. But I hope they keep throwing. Go Bills.
Go ahead, Shane.
Oh, yeah. Well, I appreciate your shout out to Ben and all about Miami because, for I guess the past 7 formidable years, it's kind of been Miami since Tom Brady left. Has been the biggest question mark in the AFC East. I know you brought it up, but the Bosa move.
Yeah.
I want you to kind of expand on that move and the moves that you've seen for the defense in this offseason. Kind of, it's been speculated and talked about a good bit why the Bills haven't been able to get over that crest of the Kansas City Chiefs is because they don't have that third corner to be able to help them out in that game alone. Doesn't matter what you go through the season, but you can't win it in the playoffs. It doesn't really matter, right?
No,
so,
Shane, I think you're right on with that. I think it's a perfect analogy.
Yeah, but with that being said, I want to go a little bit further with you. What really have they done to kind of get that question out of everybody else's mind?
Well, obviously, we're going to see, right? Because I think a lot of expectations being put on Maxwell Harrison, the 4.28 speedster out of Kentucky. But more than that, if you watch his film, and I love breaking down the all-22 film. I have access to that, so I get to watch the actual coaches' film.
Yes, and then that was a big steal in the draft, in my opinion.
Absolutely,
Anyway.
This guy is a ball hawk. But I think what's going to help us on the back end is what happens up front. Joey Bosa putting pressure on the quarter. Look what the Eagles did, right? They just manhandled them up front. They brought big one after big one after big one, and Buffalo went out and added some talent. Some of that talent we're not going to see until week 7. Michael Hort, bring him on. I love. No one can do what he does. He's a hybrid type player, so he's a very special player. And suspended first 6 games of the season. I'm like, what are we doing here? But that's a defensive end position. Then we go and we do get Shaq Thompson, who you guys are familiar with, probably there in Carolina. And but we also
very, very familiar.
Yeah. So text me off the air. What can I expect from that kid? But then we also
speed and instinct. Speed and instinct.
Right.
That's what you
I was
can
about to say
expect.
that.
No, I would take that. Then we go defensive line, and he's suspended. So 2 of our players we thought were really going to come in. The only luck we had with this is the top half of our schedule, other than game 1, first game of the season against Baltimore, is going to be. I think we'll be okay. Back in, we're going to need some help. Safety wise, we did get Derek Foster, who is a really, really athletic safety. Cole Bishop, I expect big strides from him. What people don't talk about last year is he actually was hurt and missed almost all of training camp. So those first, 10, 12 games, it's like a training camp for him. So we still have Taylor Rapp. Well, Christian Benford is our all-everything defender, right? He got rated in the top 100 in the NFL. So he's going to do what he does. And up front is Russo's in a contract year, Daquan Jones at Oliver, Joey Bosa in the middle, Matt Milano, who's been plagued by injuries, and Terrell Bernard. We're gonna have some people step up. We're gonna have to, but I think with the draft, and I think Dwayne Carter in your area, right? He came from Duke. I think he is going to have a bigger impact from the nose position. And I think how we go, yes, it all depends on Elijah Moore and Keon Coleman's going to have a huge year, I believe. I'm with you on that, Shane. But let me talk about where we're deficient, because I'm not one of those fans who it's all sunshine and rainbow. Our quarterback room may be the worst in the NFL. Think about that. Our quarterback room, not Josh Allen. We got Mitchell Trubisky, number 2, Mike White, and Shane Buechele. Come on, man. If Josh Allen,
he's got a good first name at least.
Oh, he does. No, he's going for it. I'm with it. Bring him on. But if we have an issue, if Josh Allen, who has truly been out of this world when it comes to staying healthy, we could have issues.
Injuries are the name of the game. They really are. I mean, Shane and I are big Atlanta Braves fans. We absolutely know what a difference in injury can do, because especially with Atlanta Braves, they've had a slew of injuries happen, and their season's absolutely gone to the toilet bowl, and it's a very real thing. But, I have said this, and I'm very high on the Bills. I truly believe this team could get over that hurdle.
Mm-hmm.
And my hope and prayer is that it is Buffalo and Atlanta in the Super Bowl this year. Because
I ain't mad at it.
Again, diehard Falcons fan. I think it could absolutely happen. I think Buffalo is finally going to get over the hurdle.
For a Bills fan. Be great for a Bills fan.
Hey, I'd be all in, boys. I'd be all in.
Just think about this too, Jerry. I mean, again though, it's so strange that everything happens against the Bills, and you just gotta sit there and go, what did you guys do to the voodoo gods? Honestly,
I'm with you. No, I don't know what it was, but can we going back to, you guys are talking offensive line in the earlier segment? That's our strength. The strength of our offense is that offensive line, and I think with James Cook, that's a drama, right? And Bill's going to be on Hard Knocks, so that's going to be the narrative. Hard Knocks wants to talk James Cook. What's that issue going on? And I think he is going to have a huge year because he wants that Saquon Barkley contract that he's not going to get. He's not Saquon Barkley, but I think he's perfect for our offense. And I think the zone read stuff that he does very well really fits in what we do. And he's catching the ball in the backfield better than ever. I'm excited. And Ray Davis, I'm going to keep going back to Kentucky all day. Ray doing what he does.
I got to ask you, what is the vibe around Orchard Park? Obviously, you guys, the new stadium, man, I cannot wait to see it.
It already looks great.
Yeah,
dude, it's going to be.
What
incredible.
is the vibe around Orchard Park with the fact that you literally have this $1 billion stadium right next door to history?
I think that everyone wants this to be the magical year, right? So Hallmark is doing the movie, right? So the Christmas movie this year is at Buffalo. It's a Buffalo Bills love story at Christmas at Hallmark Stadium. The last year of the stadium, what better thing to do than win our first Super Bowl, then hopefully christen it the next. I mean, going out, all the bad things. I mean, Jim Kelly, right? He couldn't get it done. And that says something. He is an absolute beast. And Thurman Thomas and Andre Reed, Cornelius Bennett. We talk about Alabama.
Bruce Smith.
There's none Bruce and Bruce Smith.
Hey,
78, right?
I'm a Hokie through and through. So.
Dude, your atmosphere. You guys do some college stuff, bring me on the atmosphere at VT. We had. Do you remember Tyrone Nix, defensive coordinator there for you guys for a while? Yeah. I went to high school with him. I played ball with him. So I got a lot of great stories that I can't talk about with you on the air, but you guys are crazy there in Blacksburg, son.
Just stick around for sure.
I think this could be the Bills' season, but you have to get over Patrick Mahomes, and I think Brandon Beam is doing a great job of building the defense to do what they need to do in the playoffs. It's all about the playoffs, like you said earlier, Shane. It's all about the playoffs.
Shane, go ahead.
Oh yeah, well, it's funny you mentioned Brandon Bean. My cousin is actually a scholar. I guess you could say that loosely of USC, and his fraternity brothers with one of Bean's younger kids. So he was able to experience the Buffalo phenomenon and all that the past couple of years. But honestly, we've talked about it in good length by now. What is the floor and the ceiling for this team? You hear us all talk. The ceiling's probably going to be the Lombardi Trophy. But
sure.
In your eyes, what do you see?
Well, again, I consider myself a true fan of the sport. First of all, I'm not a fair weather fan. I love the X's and O's. I love the concepts and going in depth on all that. I think our floor is 12-5 because injuries could happen. It's the NFL, man. Stuff happens all the time. Next man up, and that's okay as long as that next man up isn't in our quarterback room. But I think more 14-3 is what I'm looking at. Look, it's the NFL. Everybody has a talent. Every giving Sunday, right? You can lose. I think 14-3 is where I'm leaning, and I think this is a Super Bowl year.
Look, our good friend Brian Pettit of Tiger Stripes Media he asked Trey, does he think the Bills could go 14-3? I'm absolutely jumping on that train too.
Yeah,
I legit feel it could happen.
Again, I'm with a higher number depending on the injuries, but
I want that curse to end.
Sure. Any injury barring the quarterback room, I think Buffalo still has a real shot at winning the East, which I'm pretty sure we'll get into that here a little bit once we get everybody else on. But I think barring the injury in the quarterback room, the Bills will win the AFC East and probably be the 2 or 3 seed, just depending on how it all shakes out.
Yeah, I think it's the first seed or bust for us. I think we have to have the first seed.
Home field throughout. That's the key.
I think you should shoot for the first seed, but if you guys end up the 3 seed,
that's perfectly fine too. Either way is fine.
I'm going ahead and calling it. What? I guess you can't technically be the 3 seed, but you could just depending on how it all shakes out. but 3 seed or first wild card team. Depending on how it all shakes out, I think that's the best path for the Bills to the Lombardi Trophy.
Yeah.
And putting their hands on it. Then, hey, number 1 seed, and then all of a sudden, the Bengals have a defense this year and come through there.
I'm not sure they do.
Championship.
Yeah, I'm not sure they do.
But do you see my dilemma?
I do know. I'm with you.
And
What happens with Trey? What happens with Trey Henderson there? For do they finally get this kid signed? He's incredible, and of course they got. I think the top 4 quarterbacks.
The rookie.
No, that's Stewart. He said he's going back to college.
Yeah, he's going back to college now. So like that was going to be your sure up.
Yeah.
On the other side of Henderson.
Yeah.
So now you've got even more questions whether or not you want to spend money or not to get the first round pick now.
Yeah. Oh, it's going to get interesting. I hope that goes on well into training camp for those guys.
Look, Jerry, man, we have a blast having you on.
Yeah,
I'm going to put you in backstage, and I'm going to bring our good friend Seth on to talk about the Jets. Yeah. And then we're going to bring you all on, and we're going to do round robin if that sounds good for you guys.
Thank you, guys.
All right.
Appreciate it.
Look, Seth, Shane, our guy Seth is coming on. I'm excited for him. This guy, he has come on multiple times. He is a great contributor to us. We absolutely appreciate him 100%. Seth, man, welcome to the show, dude. I know you've come on regularly. It means a lot. Unmute yourself and let everybody know, how you been.
Yeah, I've been doing all right. Yeah, looking forward to talk about the Jets a little bit. It's been a good day.
It's going to be a lot of fun, first off, we know what the Jets are going through. We know that you have to hit rock bottom before you get back up. They did hit rock bottom, with Aaron Rodgers' first and with his Achilles tear. Never really rebounded per se. Robert Sale unfortunately lost his job. We just saw 2 major moves happen this offseason with 2 huge signings. Sauce Gardner is the highest paid cornerback in NFL history, and Garrett Wilson just got re-upped as well. What is like singling you out the most to say, the Jets could take a significant step in the right direction, or they could take a significant step in the wrong direction?
Yeah, I think the biggest thing that you're seeing right now is maybe the depth isn't there yet. I still think that they have to develop some players out there. I'll probably talk about the defense a little bit. Like, they do have Derek Nottie now. So I would say that is a big contribution that they have over there on the Jets side. They've also got Jermaine Johnson. Both Nottie and Johnson are FSU alumni. To me, that's really cool. But I also would like to see their new draft pick, Azareye'h Thomas, FSU as well, hit a first string pick. But other than that, I'm not really seeing anything else other than Sauce Gardner. I think he's earned that contract. So, we could talk a little bit about the contract too, just to see where you guys are seeing it. Do you think he deserves it or?
I'm with you. I don't think he does.
I think he does.
I think he needs to give one more year to solidify the fact that he could be. He is going to be the highest paid. I think he's a good cornerback. He has to take another step up to be considered elite, which is the money he is getting is elite money. I'm not discrediting. I think he's a great corner. I absolutely do. I have much respect for all defensive players. I don't think he was quite there yet to deserve the level of pay he has.
I'm in disagreement. We talked about it just a few moments ago with Ben and all on Jalen Ramsey and Minka Fitzpatrick. We're talking about Jalen Ramsey in the sense that he's going to go be a number 1 corner at this other team. And you have Sauce Gardner, who is, in regards, probably the top 3 cornerbacks in the AFC period. So why not shore him up in what he's going to get paid and to be with this team forever? Hopefully forever.
I don't think he's gonna be there forever.
I'm not going to say forever, but
Because loyalty does not exist anymore in any sport. We know that with college.
Well,
So
as we get older, we learn not to say certain things.
It's so funny you say as you're getting
I didn't
older.
learn that. I didn't learn that
Until what, your ripe old age of 30?
35.
See,
36 coming soon. but either way, I think that what the Jets did was a great business decision that they made. They know that this guy is going to be one of the top cornerbacks in the league for the next 4 years. You should pay him like that accordingly, and that's where we're at on it. Of course, this is one of also the reasons, as we're talking about Jalen Ramsey, is why he traded around teams so much, is because during sort of the prime years of his career, he was shopped around.
Mm-hmm.
So we're talking about that, like, and his numbers and all that we get, but then we're talking about Sauce Gardner. Like, nobody batted an eye once Darrelle Revis got the contract that he did, to be a lifetime Jet. But
let me ask you this.
But now we're talking about Sauce Gardner, who is in that same category as being one of the best quarterbacks all time of the Jets, not being paid that much or being paid that much. It's kind of hypocritical to me when it comes down to the Jets as a whole, per se. You know what I mean?
Let me ask you this then, okay? Did the Jet, and Seth, you chime in too, did the Jets jump the gun too quick?
No, because they don't have anything else that they can lean back on. Like, this is their guy. I mean, you've got Breece Hall there, who I think, is he almost made my honorable mention miss of the comeback players of the year, but I think that they've got a long way to go in the sense of the next couple of years being a team formidable to be an opponent. But they did a smart business decision by shoring up one of the top 5 corners in the league for the next 3 years.
So, Seth, we're discussing this in depth, but I mean, what in your eyes can say that this year the Jets could win? What they won like 4 or 5 games last year. Could they realistically be an 8 or 9-win team this season? Do you think there's any possibility, or not yet?
I don't see it yet. I do think that they made some good contract deals. Obviously with Sauce Gardner, I do think that was the right move. I also think Garrett Wilson was a good move. You also have some loyalty out there with Alan Lazard because he took a significant pay cut staying with the Jets. You've got like Breece Hall, as Shane was mentioning, close to that honorable mention. And you also have a pretty good depth on your Jets quarterback position. Like, I would say Justin Fields. I know that he's had his bad times, but I honestly think that he has some potential now that he's had some experience. He's got nothing to lose at this point. So I would say that, even if he doesn't do good, I do think you've got a good second string out there with Tyrod Taylor. And Adrian Martinez is nothing to whiff at either. I really think the offense has some good weapons. So I'm seeing sort of a prediction of, I'm not seeing a winning season here. The closest thing to a winning season is that the Jets rhymes with the Mets. I really think that. I really think that New York.
I love that you said that.
Yeah.
So you just hit the words right out of my mouth. Like, what what is your floor and what is your ceiling and the actual expectations you could see with this team?
Yeah, I'm seeing that they could go worse than last year. I think last year was 4-13, so I'm seeing they could go 3-14 depending on things. Yeah, I hate to say it, but based off what I'm seeing, I'm not seeing a huge amount of depth yet. So I would say, yeah, that's definitely the floor. But I could also see them going 7-10, which would be a significant improvement from last year. So I'm gonna go right in the middle. Go with a 5-12 season.
All right, I can understand. And look, the Jets, for all intents and purposes, they're missing a lot. They've missed a lot for a very long time. I mean, I don't think, realistically, in my eyes, I'm not discrediting anybody else, but I think the last time that I can really say the Jets were a fun team to watch was when Vinny Testaverde played for them. I mean, that's how long it's been in my eyes. Vinny Testaverde was a great quarterback, absolutely one of the favorites.
Gino, a few years ago, they had their moments.
Yeah, but you also have a signature moment with Mark Sanchez in the butt fumble. I mean, out of all plays, come on, that's and if you can literally go to anywhere in America and say, oh, you know who the Jets are? Oh, yeah, the butt fumble. That's literally what everybody knows. A team butt is the butt fumble. And, look, Trey just asked a question. What if the Jets get the opportunity to draft Manning? Could you? No. All right. So I'm going to shut that door real quick, Trey. Shane knows this too. Everybody has to know this. The Saints did an absolute mass sell-off. They did it on purpose. They're expecting to go 1-16 or heck, even be 0-17. Why? Because they want to get Arch Manning and have another Manning tied to the quarterback with the New Orleans Saints. We know it. Everybody knows that. I don't think the Jets are going to tank, honestly, because I just don't see them, wanting to do that again. But we absolutely can sit here and say with 100% certainty, it's most likely the Saints are going to absolutely be a dumpster fire organization because they want another Manning on their roster. All right, so we heard everything from everybody here. Shane, can we bring them all on?
I'd say let's bring everybody on that's still with us, and let's get a little good banter back and forth, just kind of all over the place, and kind of get a little NFC East, kind of know my team's better than yours, kind of going on.
I'm looking for this. Look, we've already heard Jerry say it, and then we've heard Scott. But Jerry and Scott, I want to start off. Who is realistically going to be the better team? Is it going to be the Bills, or Scott, is it going to be your Patriots?
It's the Bills. It's the Bills.
Whoa.
Well, it's again, like I said, when during my segment, I think I love what New England's doing. I think they had a great offseason. They're not there yet, but maybe Scott, you guys can let us at least hold one of those trophies you got up there for a little bit.
Absolutely, absolutely. I actually
go ahead, Scott.
I actually put a little bet in on the Bills to win the Super Bowl this year. So
we won't tell anybody, by the way.
I'm full behind the Bills this year. I think the schedule's great for them. I think the travel is minimal for them this year.
Right.
And I think if you ask NFL players, the number one thing is how much travel do we have to make? And I think for the Bills, it's very minimal. I don't think they have a game outside the Central Time Zone this year. I don't believe.
Yeah, I think the furthest is going to be Texas. Really got lucky, and I love where the bye is as well. So I like the later buys, but this week 7 after a Monday Night Football game, it just works out well for me, I think.
Yeah, I just think the Bills were a year too early on pushing everything in. I think this is the year they push everything in. And I think if the Bills have the same comment as the Patriots, if you remember the last year of the Patriots, Sullivan Stadium was the first Super Bowl that they won. And this is the last year of Highmark Stadium, I believe.
That's right. Yeah. Hey, from your mouth to God's ears.
Yeah.
Let's make that happen.
So I really like all the comment that's going around the Bills right now, and I think Josh Allen's gonna be the guy this year again. So,
but let's all agree, though. We hope that the curse, for whatever curse there is against the Buffalo Bills, ends nip it in the butt and just, in like the curse of the great Bambino, the curse of the goat, let's just end all curse right now. And dadgummit, give Buffalo
In
that
Jesus'
chance.
name right now.
Exactly. Give Buffalo that chance. I mean, I've never seen a team be so loved and favored that gets no love or favor from the football gods. I'm like, come on, give them a break, throw them a freaking bone. Ben, you have to agree some point, right? Like there's just something though, right? Like there has to be no other explanation other than voodooism going on against Buffalo, right, Ben?
I hope it continues. I don't like Buffalo at all.
I get
That being said,
we've been chasing their tail forever, man. I don't even remember. I think I saw a stat the other day. I think we beat them once in the last 12 tries or something like that.
Yeah, that's
like
right.
It's
11-1.
I'm so tired of losing to them. But as a Dolphins fan, I understand what it's like to not win. So, I guess for their sake, I guess it would be nice, but I hope they never win.
Well,
I will say it is their divisional win. I'm just being honest.
Your stud
If
receiver.
your next question was going to be, hey Ben, do you think Miami could unseat Buffalo? No. Our chance to do that was in 2023. We squandered that chance.
Absolutely right.
Oh.
Should have. Yeah, you should have definitely won in 23.
But
Screwed
Seth,
Screwed it.
I've asked Ben, Scott, and Jerry, but let me ask you: do you think there is some type of like curse that is against Buffalo? I mean, what if, let's just say for bleeps and giggles, Buffalo goes 17-0 this year, and then they go 2-0, and they're in the AFC Championship game, or no, yeah, they're in the they go to the Super Bowl, and they're up by 21 points with the fourth quarter to come, and they lose by 3.
Not everybody's the Falcons.
You know what? Shane, you know what? I could fly. Where is that
Sorry,
flag?
Shane. I'm sorry, Shane. I'm sorry.
Actually, the Falcons lost by they gave up a 25-point lead, not a 21.
That's exactly.
Oh yeah. Well, 28-3, whatever you
You know
you
what?
want
Why
to
do we
call
got
it.
to mention that, you guys? Come on now. I'm throwing a flag on every one of you.
Brandon and Shane,
15-yard penalties.
I'm very sorry that we did that, but
Oh no.
No,
I'm a
Shane's the Panthers
fan.
guy. I'm the Falcons guy.
I'm a Panthers fan, so I'm going through it.
Well,
And
for
look,
a long time, it was all the Georgia teams. For a long time, all the Georgia teams were cursed.
yeah.
That's true.
They still are. I mean, we still are cursed.
Y'all
Come on
got
now.
Kirby now.
Kirby.
But do you want to know what it? So there actually is conversations around the state of Georgia that it's called the curse of Hotlanta. Why? It's because nobody in their right mind called a stinking town Hotlanta. I mean, come on, look, guys. I've lived in Atlanta most of my entire life. Come on now, I ain't never heard that. And I don't care what anybody says. No, I saw the Braves at Fulton County Stadium. I saw the Falcons at Fulton County Stadium. I saw the Dome. I've seen Mercedes-Benz. I've seen Turner Field. I've been to, back then it was called SunTrust Park. Now it's Truist Park. Ain't nobody ever called any team in Atlanta Hotlanta. So get that out of the way now. But guys, we have to all agree here that, this season is going to be an absolute exciting adventure. And I mean, guys, literally, you hear it. It's knocking on the door.
Sure.
It's right there. We're only like 2 weeks away from the college season starting, and we're only 2 weeks away from the Canton Hall of Fame game. I cannot wait for that one. Guys, I thank you from the bottom of our heart for coming on, doing this kind of stuff. I'm going to start with Seth. Seth, can you give your parting words, sir?
Yeah, I really want to see Keon Coleman do a little hurdle over some guys this season with the Bills.
Absolutely.
Maybe
he can do that.
Breakout number one, in my opinion.
Absolutely. Scott, give some parting words, sir.
I'm just like everybody else. I'm a football fan. I know I'm the Patriots fan and stuff like that, and we've had some successes here. But I'm just a football fan. I'm glad football is back. I mean, talking about it and going through free agency and all that stuff is great. But once the game starts, once training camp starts, that's when the juices flow. So I'm ecstatic. It's just about here. So I can't wait.
Absolutely. The sights, the smells, the sounds, the clapping of the pads. Oh yeah, it's just something about it. Ben, Tell us your parting words, sir.
I hate to piggyback and be a copycat, but I'm just ready for the grid. I'm ready for the actual games to start on the gridiron. Free agency, draft, all that stuff's fun, unless you're a Rams fan. But it's still, I'm just ready to get started, and I'm praying that there's less ACL injuries this year, man, because I feel like there was like a record number last year. So I pray for good health for all the players, and I'm looking forward to the season.
Yeah.
It's so funny you
no
said
concussions too, right?
So what?
No concussions too, right?
Yeah,
Achilles,
that too.
Achilles seems like the new injury now. Everybody's
I was just about to say that it's been the year of Achilles. Let's just hope nobody
unbelievable.
tears their Achilles.
Yeah, I hope so. I hope not.
Jerry, what is
Speaking
your
of
parting
AFC,
words, sir?
speaking of injuries,
sorry.
the Jets need to freaking fix their field, man.
Bro, it's
You
brutal.
know,
Yes.
telling you, MetLife's terrible.
It's tough. I agree.
Jerry, what is your parting words, sir?
Hey, just a couple quick things. First of all, I can fix your Atlanta problem. Atlanta was winning when they still had Freaknik. Bring back Freaknik, and I think Atlanta wins. That's just the way it is.
Hey, if they do that, I might be down there.
Hey, Ben, good luck on your test tomorrow, my friend. We're all hoping that you just knock the thing out of the park. Hey, it's here, right? I'm in the midst of high school football. This will be my 25th year broadcasting high school football here in the state of Alabama, which is some fantastic football. So our first game, we're actually traveling to Pierce County, Georgia. So we'll be in South Georgia week 1. Very excited about that, but it's football, man. It's about shows like this that let just fans come on and talk. And just because we don't have an ESPN over here doesn't mean we don't know what we're talking about. Different experiences. We're the blue collar people, and that's why when you reached out to me, man, I'm so excited just to come be a little part, and I catch you guys all that I can, and I appreciate what you do, man. It's a fun time.
By the way, before anybody else goes, Jerry, I
appreciate
love that first uniform in the frame of that bird shirt.
Oh yeah,
phenomenal.
Thank you. Heck yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, hey, and I can tell you, I'm listening to a book right now, Marty Smith, and he was talking about not far from where I grew up. He said, man, when you talk about sports around there, they're red, white, and blue. Rednecks,
Absolutely.
white knuckles, blue collar.
That's exactly right.
Amen to that one. Look, guys, we have had an absolute blast. Real quick, want to remind everybody, because I know our numbers are starting to watch because you guys have watched us for a while. I really appreciate it. This Friday, yes, we have Desmond Johnson of the Tobacco Road podcast talking some Carolina Panthers and, of course, football. He'll be joining us as well. Next Wednesday, Shane, will you quickly let everybody know about episode 5 of the Training Days with the Sportz Nutz, please?
Well, next Wednesday is going to be NFC East. My notes have escaped me, so I forget the other 2 teams that are with us. But yeah, but it's going to be mainly NFC East. Dallas, Philly, Giants. Who's the other one in the division?
Commanders, yes.
Yeah. So we're going to be talking about all that plus a couple more. I hate I don't have my notes in front of me, but as you can tell, we have a great time doing this show and everything. I wish we could make it last, but hopefully everybody will get on with us on the next segment and stuff like that. So, like I said, NFC East, 7:30, same time. We'll be here at it. And then it makes only 2 more episodes of the segment.
Yeah, only 2 more episodes of the summer series. And then look, next Friday, the 25th, we have a very special guest. I'm really honored. She has agreed to come on. Her name is Marnie Schneider of NFL Films. Yes, she actually just put a book out, a couple books out actually. So check her out. She'll be with us Friday, July 25th. July 22nd, we have a really cool guest who is coming on. I mean, this is wait till you guys hear this. It's actually pretty neat. So he is actually a PE coach or an educator. He finished 3rd place in the Fanatics Feast games. He won a LeBron James rookie card, and He sold it to Tom Brady for a cold, hard $250,000. He is going to join us on next Tuesday, the 22nd. And then, guys, this episode is I'm beyond excited for. Tuesday, July the 29th, we actually are going to do a collaboration show with Inside the Locker Room. Our good friends Ben, Adam, Deuce, and Michael all going to be there with us, and Brandon as well. Another Brandon, as two Brandons. John Abraham, the former South Carolina Gamecocks, Atlanta Falcon, New York Jet, and Arizona Cardinal linebacker / defensive end, is going to join us, and we can't wait for that. It's going to be a lot of fun. Guys, thank you from the bottom of our heart for tuning in. So for everybody who tuned in, Jerry, can you let everybody know where they can find you, sir?
Yeah, I have it. 2 shows, Kapow Media, Facebook, YouTube, Spotify, everywhere, and a new project I just launched, The Jerry White Show, where I'm just doing one-on-one interviews, kind of like this. And I'm going to end it with this, my friend, in the great words of Josh Allen. Do good, be good, God bless, go Bills.
Absolutely. Ben, where can they find you, sir?
They can find me here on Sportz Nutz because that's who I'm with right now. Just started.
Love it, man. Congratulations and good luck tomorrow. Seriously, you're going to knock it out of the park. We know it. We all are cheering you on, brother.
Appreciate it, man.
Yeah, definitely got your 6.
That's right. All right,
Appreciate
Scott,
you.
where can they find you, sir?
By the way, before I tell you, that cheap guy Brady only paid $250,000 for that Jim Scott. That's crazy. SJ Coburn's my Twitter account, and you can find me on a network called Let's Talk Sports. Thursday nights, we're going to start up a Let's Talk Sports show where it's mostly NFL for an hour, so you can find me there.
Awesome. And we're going to definitely be there. Just before I go to Seth, I'm going to let everybody know this episode will air next week on our radio station, TigerNation.live or 95.5 KFCE, which is based in Terrell, Texas. I got to get with Matt, but it will air. Shout out to everybody in Central Texas. We know you guys are going through a whole lot right now with the floods.
Yeah.
We're always thinking of you guys, everything. But Seth, my man, where can they find you, sir?
Just here on the Sportz Nuts. Just kind of want to stay with you guys, talk a little ball. I'm really looking forward to college. Looking forward to talking a little bit more about that in the coming weeks. So,
by the way, he's a huge FSU guy, so we're gonna have a lot of fun talking about
FS2?
him.
FS2?
I love it. Hey, wait! That's the BYU statement we say. Come on now.
No.
It's LSU.
No. So somebody had to have a 28-year-old quarterback to win a national championship.
Free shoe you, baby. Free shoe you.
Hey,
Well, you know, all right, so-
that good butt whooping come up in week 1, Seth.
All I'm hoping for is to stay within a touchdown. I'll be happy if we stay within a touchdown.
I will tell you this, Seth. My stepdad, shout out to him. He doesn't, he unfortunately has been diagnosed with a terminal brain disease. But when I was a kid, Dave would always tell me the Florida State Criminals. That was what he always told me was their name, was the Criminals. Yeah. So, but shout out to you. Shout out to Jerry. Shout out to Ben. Scott, thank you guys 1,000 times over. Thank you for everybody tuned in tonight. We will see you officially. We will see you Friday. Until then, as I always tell you, peace up, A-Town down, why it's the greatest sports city in the world. And Shane, tell everybody your signature goodbye, please.
Oh, yeah. Well, I see a book that Jerry's got up.
Yeah, but I want to see what that is.
No, I want to give a quick shout out. This is the guy who hosts the show with me, Kapow Media. He's also my senior pastor, best friends over 35 years. He's got a book out. It's a devotional. Ask Christians, man. It's pretty special. And I'm going to send you guys over a couple copies. Great book on Amazon, very affordable. It's a great devotional by a just a great dude, Pastor Jeff Underwood. Love you, buddy. Enjoy the vacation. Thanks for not bringing me with you. God bless.
Hey, yes,
yeah.
We are definitely gonna check that book. I cannot wait.
Yeah, I'll send it over.
Tell everybody your signature.
Yeah, well, definitely, and as you mentioned that, me and Ben definitely have some good roots in some Southern Baptist preaching.
Yeah.
But between my uncle and his papaw. I look forward to that. I've got a deal where my cousin comes down every Sunday at 10:30, and we watch church and drink coffee. So,
Heck yeah, that's pretty good gig right there.
Absolutely.
And we do decent coffee. We do the Aldi's roast. So,
Okay.
There's no Folgers around here.
yeah. Folders can get a little expensive when you talk about it at the same size. So,
Ain't worth the money, I know that.
as an Owen, I am a penny pincher. So,
Did he just say as an old? You did not just say as an old one, did you?
no, Owen. Because
Oh, I'm about to say you did not just say you're an old one because you're young.
No.
Well, I know that's right.
My dad told me a long time ago. He said, there's more Owens than there is white people. But you're an Owen because you've been owing people money all your life. So get it through your head. So it's just great to be on here with everybody, and glad we had the attendance, and man, great talk that we did tonight for sure. Appreciate Seth, Jerry, Ben, and Scott coming on with us for sure. And hey, may the good Lord bless you. Peace, love, and bacon grease.
Peace, love, and bacon grease, indeed. Yes. Thank you to all who tuned in tonight. We really appreciate it. You guys have a wonderful evening, and we'll see you on Friday. Good night, and enjoy this new outro, by the way.